And the artist in the Ghana say, "Obet no you might be 2-3 years." Artist ni focus to make a hit.
I told him that you need to have the balls enough. Say over the $100,000 were to toilet no flashing.
Oko when him now unya circle of friends. When the say people go out him say, you should go solo. It will help you out.
You don't know these streets like we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. This is Street Music Review X. This time around, we're talking about music. We're talking about everything. And I have my big brother up in the building. T.A. Shizo. Right now, T.A. Shizo.
Professor
Shizo. Professor up in the building. Now, T.A. Shizo, now, I say no about time, babe. For purposes of for more money.
What I say?
About time, babe.
T.A. Shizo about 2007. Because that time, I'm a teaching assistant.
Yeah.
And see, before we say teaching assistant, so not just a KNUST, many quick answer.
Yeah.
Na the conquer baby.
Yeah, na day.
Before say yeah, but not English rappers in the rule.
Yeah.
And I yeah, baby, tune be dominance.
Yeah.
It's a dominating way, and I say from the only rapper with the first class because those days, you know, now medical first class. Internet one of them the gamenum. And you be a T also no. International I say teaching assistant Shizo.
Okay.
And then modify by T.A. Shizo.
T.A. Shizo.
What
T.A. Shizo na only Ochame Kwame wo track back will be anu dempa.
One board damn.
Conti power.
Yeah, udi pizza me di dokono.
One board down.
Wiki ba baby akokono.
One board down.
Cook me no kenka ya hono.
One board down.
No di fried rice me di anwa mo.
Masa.
Na sada ko pe udi a check it. Na say me play my better. Na me ben ku ne metal lapia.
What you say?
Where how? One board down.
T.A. Shizo feature Ochame Kwame. So street music review next one. Striker will see a review after. No kwa dig into the crates near year.
What I see?
Title name one put down.
One put down. Question mark. Debbie.
Satam na Conti for me.
Sa Conti power. Ya no say Conti.
Continental Unity Hall. Na Shizo hona. No Ochame so.
Yeah, Conti. Yes. Ochame Ben me we are na sentino.
Yeah. Dimanshe da enye but you
really still because I'm a teaching assistant and still not you really more.
Okay. But I'm funny say back in school days in ABC now. You know, T in prof ni Ghana biumba career no modern see from Ufri Ghana. I'm funny say from academic side and to even music side no. Ufri Ghana dey see. Okay,
and I'm funny say me as a person, I did it in Akoye too, so because I'm in a classroom, and you say, but many so Jose Club near Bant, many chains near the only Akata Sementino. Then I say, right from school, me my masters from BS, me a masters or KNUST. And throughout the masters in Munamina scholarship called Canada Koye, some 6 months training be. I'm back, no. And I'm going to be trying to check a kind of mission answer free because now some year hard and I'm back. I first call back to Canada in 2016. I call him a PhD.
Okay.
And then after PhD, and I'm after PhD, I'm the university professor.
Okay.
University of Gulf, Richtown campus, almost sub campus or Richtown.
Okay.
And then the other side, then so music and so on. They say, if you may know, now I used to work with a guy called the King TK.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to work with him for a while. I think somewhere 2019, 2020. And na me a jai rapping because na me rapping na me shadow no. But I felt so when the GB near DB on the soa.
Yeah.
I think maybe also my first school line and there's a lot of amount on the rapping.
Yeah.
So I started producing him till about 2019 or so and minchi be say. No ma kwashe
nti just only the King TK nya dwuma bi
me nya dwuma bi
okay
around that time na I mean me na mado so did nkomo a ona mado ye collaboration bi TK na mado ye collaboration at the time I mean na me suru amado pa because na me suru na from a distance na wo ye ne mo koye cipher ti me catch me boy na Charles amado no wan kele sa akwa na ye be wi because akwa no nya kele na cipher no wo wi ni
I know beto artist no kuno.
Yes, but so kill Amado, but nenye yi. Amado, let me show no. Eti me ya mamuko ye enyum krabo. Amko enyum ne baaye no. Me boche me boso no rap Amado de no. Eti Boy, no, somewhere in 2018, Kumasi best rapper, na madu ni benya, ena no benya, because figures nisa say yeah, you know, DB na na chinchin feelings. It later on, in about 2020, and na minama do benya rapport kakra, and throughout at a point on me komo say opese ke ye adwuma.
Okay.
Or no me dis an komo no kreni. Na me penasem from a distance because me na me slow that I say, and then now I have to think about it in the other day, you know. Straight up, he's a very humble guy. I'm a extremely humble guy, you know. The man makes me be man and say me the phone promise him. Say me to phone a man. Me bedru Ghana, no UK. And I me the phone no, I promise me phone so be bag more airport Canada. Eti sa bag ne me ho. It me bedru me ba studio bi ni guy because adwuma na so here phone and I say when me the phone me promise am na be maintain nka. So I will give the phone to you. And I just say and no me call back na mado so back Ghana no friend me say oh what is my bana say ni say na the phone no and I'm say phone no dem the man no promise you obi but when I'm doing toy tim the be bro no say patch or there be when I promise you be so the man the farmer no
wow
na me won komo fofo na me see ni komo no and on me di komo na me say na Ghana for mu say we a working goal. That's the statement I do. I'm not a statement to me. We a working goal. They should know say this is a working goal.
Sure.
Or say only when we say because investors are not coming. If I would want to invest, I can never because you say. Na me yes na me na broken heart rate TK because TK automatic you know. It take me about a day or two. I'm calling her by and I'm say yo, you be your juma. And the story changed since then 2020.
Wow. Yet
in somebody I'm mad to say no. Me handle New Nation as the CEO of New Nation and I'm in my business at Kabumna. You handle Amrado. As it stands, my sign new boy be on so nice one make you wave Mandem Yopic.
Yeah.
And also Onya me mo. Yes, which is having the bars now. To also artists I signed with New Nation. And there is one new guy Kwesi Fusion. I want that film also spring up on also a fantastic artist. And so that's where I stand right now.
I think with this premises, the striker, it leads us to our first topic. Patron launch first topic in my
the investor's perspective and relationship with artists. Why do artists betray investors? I think say some come with the wabo. I think say a man for only black who send him the bank. I started from there because who crying in a I don't know investor by investing in artists na echi onya de also in film na artists no adog no na bia when tua bibia na say odi emwana ye de boani na no one gain investor no that he moves on wanting to gain everything we ni so you know
exactly
so that's the first thing we have on board. I don't know say when you have fear ni bi wo muda na say when you heard first say can no bonko and were you scared and that's why you just prayed about it and you felt like this is the right time to invest?
Yes, I would say for an investor, no me can't fair be more. My investor will be more. Definitely nipa no at a point.
Sikana buy.
I'm successful. Scanner I'm successful. Scanner shit.
I don't know.
So
beside the first.
Scanner the shit. Scanner shit. Okay. So I don't say me diga ko Canada about 2011 ho baby. It's ice no. And I'm been na no TK me ba no at that time so. And I just a call she. It's with Amrado no. The first TK time no, I did not sign a contract.
Okay.
So with Amrado no, now I was say me sign a contract. No me penasem, but now I was say sign a contract from the onset.
Okay.
And then for an investor side no, I think say one thing was say investor was the first. You say, you say what shall say with me penasem. The statement I'm helping them. You're not helping anybody. You're going to do business.
Business.
Okay.
That's the first line.
True.
Once you clearly say business, you put a contract down. No matter, will be reading into details. Say so on. Now the thing say currently, so you invest and as you are just investing without having music knowledge, without having some experience, you may likely not be successful with the artist. And the artist in the Ghana say, but you know you might be 2-3 years. Artists need focus to make a hit, which you get it wrong.
Okay.
And you say, artists now say we are growing a brand.
Okay.
It is so check your dimensions, so check your figures or metrics. Now you keep growing, then you get motivated. Say yes. Since the investor came in, things are left. Man, trying to say energy near hit song, and then within 2 years, hit song ma. Nipa no feel say this thing is not really working, and then the artist has the opportunity to work with somebody with a higher money. Nation etiko say me the promotion can see me benya hit song. Then why should I stay?
But people, I think say the main reason why you see some maybe boy and say a lot of people I don't know almost saying Jindy say a bit to me afa. What I'm trying I'm not trying to invest. I'm just helping. It's onya kasa to artist in team so on the team boy keke.
Yes.
But the moment Uba have picking on now the conversation changes from I'm helping him to when I'm here the manager and I'm a sponsor. So it's very good. So say you have to make it clear. Say
From
business,
the onset, business.
Business.
Because many artists because but someone I'm bonk money say what we invest we money that actually what to swaba. What I'm trying to say no. But although I can also be doing favors for you, that's my help to you. But say business, I think say it's only right you make it right from the onset. Say way business, but once in the nation they that in yes car.
Plus one minus one will be agility. And
then with the release clause, nipa no sha within some 2-3 years. A bed is obenya says come.
But in Ghana, so senior numbers of business like when you become contract and the person breaches it, do they face any consequences? Because we've seen it over the time. Senior man, I know say a lot of artists they always say black issue, the family issue. I can keep on giving you examples. Investors in presumption say artists sorry and okoye. Up to now, come on, be pim so me and your mo papa bia and I say o man nya bibi papa bia na buy na and I say where they took the case to no. Do you think a day will come out o menya o money o mo di shame no? Because the brand and got the eche ko wie na nanu mo. So be ma family adane akoko.
Yeah.
Say I look at kakra. Say of now go fu
go kakra.
That's a good.
No, can say I mean BBM no life na you live na kasa no. We are guided by principles.
Yep.
But the truth is and undertone be all. We are also things are shifted by politics.
Yeah.
For instance, say to be to meet na Facebook and Twitter. Na sebi wakaset ya nana watikoko so politically nana edna adweba wo so awa ma wo relevance.
True.
Okay.
Eti onfiu. Ma opa mun pa kono kasa haye no. Onye obi a wo adwuma for a big FM station or TV station. Obeba be pa achew.
Obeba.
Why? Ye be frɛ wo penifo. Na wo penifo achew asiu koto.
Okay.
Say nana na de need agro.
De need agro he o kasa yi.
Hwe o kasa yi. Enti political side of things I make ko wi ne say bia oni nipa no wo sign contract bi. Mo fa release clause and shame. So say bia se bibi say ba
say na
wo say utia.
Okay.
Enti ba ne sa afi na mo court no be say mo bo say court back and forth scan na mo be spending that they no to me check na say afi na be mention scan that scan that ho me ne kwa na contract scan that ho udwane jamia say what bind yourself to it.
Good.
Enti say politically no BS or fan chen ya nyoma yakopon adom wo hira yeso kakra wonim nipa yeso nim nipa wo ska yeso ya kakra
Ofa
yeso yeso mi be yeso be fa enti na ana eye sa contract no what goes into it
true asama okay true pa na me lawyer o asama otaka o say wo be hu bibini wo court na asama baba be hu bruni wo court na wo ba be pe nyansa na say or start business na ope hu nyansa ni hu nimbe no akosan wo contract and that's the truth because bibini ankasa wo senka before ade na ankasa no uko hu lawyer no
na mudidi hu
nkomo no mamo waye wa kwantre no ansa no akom and nessa ye be hu court na fi na wasema ye tin
afi na uko propose figure
the figure na say da wo da ho say
afi na be say maboka say no magi say da bi o
da ho
nipa ne be sign no say wa sign say ne bi china bi say eyo no ne side dan fo so ni fi be na wo dwane a ska obetu ama woni and from the onset
into your aware
when you put figures at the point that I spend this saying that I'm 2 million I'm here Simon now after beto I am pia
the black issue so here in sanka bibia be da na akwa
in fact the black issue legal side no menye too
okay.
menye too
I understand
invested in that yam fan say meaning but case is still not that's all.
That's all court.
It's me come once a man.
And cry
Waiting and your friend you achieve the beer. A contempt.
Okay.
Contempt to the achieve the beer. Auntie mean to me come once.
All right.
But the minimum said there were legal issues, there were some legalities in the initial stages. But there was also a certain level of nipa humanity as a odobia, the person went up and above what was supposed to be in the contract.
Yes.
And I'm sure say artists and so the only more year naturally you also build a bond and then it becomes like a family.
Exactly. That is very, very important. Yeah. Point I mentioned because Kwabena is for Amrado. Let me use Amrado. Yes, Amrado is extremely humble and we extremely coordinate well with the management to the extent say within few days I'm not sure say Jumano. Near rapport be a contract no ho, but now there is more love. Exactly. We are working and then the team Amrado team the idea Jumano say until there is a problem we don't go to the paper.
Exactly.
Paper no be important when say obi peso osisi ni den ni nua so obi nyeso osisi ni nua because ya yeti we ye paper so dey as your why to say ada na dey we can paper no so say ba ye nye ni say
what am one say
exactly
e da o ba ko be so be sisi ni yonko no
na dey
sir good na for member investors so advice be on say adwuma bia no slim dey wo ye you're a podcaster.
Yeah.
It's an extension of your experience in the industry.
True.
And I will use it.
True.
So what in social media, you know, master. Those days, we have a record label away at Jumana Man. A solid record label, not to see a common record label, no more Jumana Man, one executive producer. These days, you know, ye need a channel nebi. Dana no master. And it's a we investor. I was say we already say music na kasano unimu. What in system na say and then when so between say or be produce artist who this kind of bar and no. No, it goes beyond that. I was so one knowledge. I was say with me a managing artist, no. So with experience how and it's a more defining rules now. Because rules ni be what I mean there's a rule say never the state say he has to be coachable because me juma. Say me be coachy at some point because there was that experience. And it's statement or also or come say okay or also part yeah state say oba allow yourself to be directed and everything e ba na seminar experience na say me ko direct how will I direct it
exactly ni frafo ni friend intimate ni friend ikwan e ba sa problem be
so say what you adwuma na say
any ebia na ba kutimi hu industry from a different perspective we bit back at say oh I say you yes and that should be also the knowledge I also possess as an investor.
Yes.
Because investor who need be the only experience ni be and it's best you give the money to somebody who knows it.
Exactly.
And then you lay back as an executive producer. And then the person with the knowledge takes the center stage.
Yes. So knowledge ni wa. I mean, you obey investor wrongly because one morning I'm rather the because in the book yet in some, which is clear. But before yet in some, there was a day I'm sorry no pass. Amado has been rapping. What's a rap? And I mean, names all speed, sir. Say, what can say when you must say, why are we in Tino?
Kwabna.
I mean, Kwabna, you always speed on the record, and then it was like, so how can we start making money at a point our boy and Indian blow with a big song? How? And that was the question. Into true and no conversations, brainstorming, and as a team, collectively, yet in some. So yet instead of making us make money. After the man to be able to meet you. Ye mama do more money be the money be an to me more because something is now working for us.
Though even without a hit song.
Exactly. We're making money through
and that is knowledge.
There is knowledge because it's not like how are we going to do this? Because maybe investor me buy a video so I can say you say your first video, you never check see video we mempe. Now for the team there junior say oh it sounds arrogant now. But no system now so a misika a shit in travel for good you travel for next can go so shit and after what doing so year juma then how are we going to go about this now
fantastic I'm wanting to know obviously paper so musika esa no anite what you say sikane esa no
na fe
we need down. Until the more you spend, the more you also want to make sure say artists ni be. And I think okay, Mami Musa. Apart from expectation from artists, and expectation from investor Asian, being partner timima artist, any investor, it will break and also it will fall off.
Yeah, so on say expectations ne dey kanka, but so should be to say when an artist get motivated by meeting obide huge sum of money, a bit about later. And no, one other, because if you listen now, at this point, I can move.
Yeah,
but then, I now say, okay, when you now unya circle of friends. It's unya circle of friends, you know. When the best say, people go out him say, you should go solo. It will help you out. Solo never boabe say because the American. I've been working with the Kwabna for years, and then. He's so humble, he's so articulate, he's so smart, say. No maybe or pay means be hintil, I'm on the echo. So circle of people be. They don't know, say, hey, be nipa no. From when at 7. Hey, be at 20 na oko. But before 7, no, do free one at over 7. No. But the panel say, nah, they were didn't see kono. So what's your one and can be feeling more. But true. I told the beer. Kwabna so wisdom on it is your motor making statement way 100% somewhere and at 20% somewhere is far better than 100% somewhere.
Exactly.
And so
exactly.
Say man nipa be influencer and the influence no one of the between influencer but also just smart to say if I go with this set of people that mean 100% mean 20% kwana. I'm not saying no Kwabna menus I have to use a bigger Kwabna figures. For company figures so me yes for yes company figures so pa enti no ube hu say ye convince on em fa because o show percentage we so any as a team collectively say you see cost na you will feel say oh okay probably if I get a 50% here to be better than maybe 100% somewhere.
Okay may experience kakra with respect to investors and artist relationship. One of the things I believe they normally fall off friendship. I can cite a couple of examples. Yes. The Kwesiata ground up issue. I mean, grapevine information will tell you the relationship between Kwesiata and a couple of Nigerian artists be. Yeah. And so a channel unia energy call a certain way.
Yes.
And not say be ground up no maybe money issues were really a thing, but in the league or another country. Because who blow through baby now you're playing on the continent level.
Yes.
Until Ubetimashia artists we were Liberia and friends say Nigeria, Haiti. Oh, you might meet artists on the same level as you, and then they will explain how like things are going on their level, exactly. And then I feel almost artists never so feel.
Yeah, when you're different, because
yeah. So I understand where you are coming from with this issue, but me so but.
And you want to be sure some people when we say it we do it. But bit measure be able to act in my body anyways. Minimum artist what champagne for because unya limelight kakra na unsha champagne for.
Yes.
To be champagne for be. Omo be ye formula bi sa formula no me we bad boy intimidate me. Your friend when be hooking na so. Ubeti me be that so akere oba no but that no nya nya dey.
On fama oda.
Unya bi ni because ye be ma case kama but that no be na do unya ni.
Dabi.
You know ba kwatena sa kwa be benko net last abom.
Na mo yesen
eno yesen what I say enti no penifo no bi wo ma no.
Yes. Which service no does.
Na I say because we be meeting penifo be first na we share wo.
Yeah.
Ti sa ankofo no so ano ne oh metimi aboa metimi aye we see no obi hu an say wa eclipse wo shine because we don't have control so and so on deliver.
Now if you own management na ba be wrong.
Yes.
Now if you uni wrong way now ujai ko almost side na now if almost so
Wa handicap o. Ebi say no kwa the minimum in bear for.
I know from pa.
Yes.
From
handicap o.
That's a glyco papa.
Some can say onipa no or can so beboa no. Or can say that form.
And when I was asked about investment in artists, I told one guy we say so or right into artists, and I said investment, I pursue invest to artists, man. I told him one thing. I told him that you need to have the balls enough. Say over the $100,000 worth to toilet more flashing. So what that balls enough to do that?
Yes.
Then you can enter into this business. Because there's no formula that can guarantee a hit song.
Mm-hmm.
There's no formula.
But there's a formula to growing a brand.
Yes. There's a formula to grow a brand, but there's no formula to get a hit song. Into no idea or say, oh, I need to get a hit song for the artist. I had to say $100,000. A good toilet.
Yes.
If you do not have that type of balls, do not venture into this industry.
All right.
You don't know these streets like we do.
We show.